Hello guys, I'm Levi and today talking about future of humanity and how to get there. In this video I'm going to focus on long-term vision, how to organize humanity's intellectual political order in such a fashion that it's possible to actually actualize those dream visions, those deep prophecies even people talk about. So taking things from the talk to action. The main key between prophecies and actual reality with action, with visions, is that there has to be a weight. No prophecy comes true if it has no weight. Weight is basically collective or individual cognitive belief. It's a weight. So when many people believe something, the likelihood of it happening rises much higher. So oftentimes when we start to realize that things don't just happen by themselves in this life, be it a good thing or bad thing, your destiny, they don't happen just by themselves, they take somebody to do it. And well, how to do it? If it's that simple, well, we all know the different energy systems we can access in the body. Those are the direct tools to realize the vision. And solar plexus, for example, the will, the action, the power, is the greatest power of all in order to realize these so and so visions and prophecies, because at the end of the day anything and everything can be done and there are no limits. So let's take a practical example. When you think about how simple this life actually is, how simple the social order, how simple the things on this earth actually are, how extremely easy it would be to organize this differently with a straightforward vision into the future. So many things can be done differently, and when we start with that in mind, we don't try to reason things backwards. We don't try to reason that just because we have this bad thing, we have to organize things around it. The main problem with that is that we are not creating reality. We are not fulfilling the prophecies, so to speak, but we are giving into some cloud that is hanging around, that is not part of our creation. So this is why it's really important to understand what you believe, because beliefs create reality. So even if something negative exists, because negativity exists, if you are positive and you have vision, you don't want to organize yourself around the thing you don't want. And this is how humanity currently is limited individually and collectively, because we are trying to reason things from the wrong principle. In essence, we are thinking backwards. And so I can give you example of proper reasoning in this way. We create narrow band vision that cannot be altered or owned by. Of course, everything is influenced in some way or tried, but can't be influenced by negativity. To do that, the individual and individuals have to understand their own energy body. If they have a leak of energy in some part of their body towards collective or themselves, they are going to create a vision, worldview that's not truly highest of orders. And so what we really want, that's the really important question. That's the why we do this. What is the main goal? Well, if we define it as simple love, and what is love? Well, unity. Well, what blockages humanity, the individuals, are currently repeating that is not of the highest order towards love? Well, if we look at our social behavior collectively on the internet, perhaps, we see psychologically quite easily the psychological traps humans are falling into. Why? Well, they are using perhaps a social media platform. The social media platform has certain type of programming. It affects person's mind. When enough people are affected, the collective is affected. So that's the first principle, really. And when you scale that back, and when you look at different kinds of individuals on earth, average person, negative people, people who desire power, spiritual people who want love, negative spiritual people. So, you have to find your tribe. It's no use to achieve positive goal amidst negative individuals who serve different purpose, who think just like I am thinking right now, but they don't share this vision of love. This is how we have all the negative things in this world, and instead of reacting to them, seeing those as some unmovable blocks of life and reacting to them and saying that this thing is going to happen and that thing, and why would you act like that? So this is where the power of the mind and your vision comes alive. Because when you have tendency to react to plans of the negative with attachment, you care still. Why would you care? So this is how humanity is so and so sleep, because individuals remain passive, groups of people remain obedient, believing they don't possess their own intellectual and vision power to make the world a good place, but only those who desire control do. That's like reverse order, and this is why you don't want to do things by force. If I think about the vision I have, for example, what would stop me from contacting positive angels, so to speak. Nothing except my own mind programming and my own energy centers. That's it. So why would I ruin my own energy centers with fear? Yeah, no thanks. So, but yeah, I would want to ruin myself with love and with people, and yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So this is really the mechanical working of reality. Nobody is really telling you what to do, except you know who. But you know, if we create entirely positive reality, positive world order from the high ups, is anybody then gonna tell you no? Because the truth of the matter is, we have the free energy possibility. We don't have to wage wars. That's completely illogical. Money is only because of scarcity of resources. So, and it's all it's because we are against each other. So, you know, it's not as if humanity is stuck in any position. So, but then again, this is not individual journey. It's all about being a beacon of light as many people as they can, because then individuals can interact with each other beyond any kind of limited social programming. Then we can bring other people in who are not too involved already, because it creates gravity. Same way, if you watch negativity, it pulls you in. Same way positivity can. So it's really important to be nonchalant and have fun, not do stick in an ass. It is, yeah. So it's all about keeping in mind the big goal and seeing the steps to there. Individually, you need to take care of your health, mind, body, spirit complex. If one of those is unaligned, it's much harder to realize the vision. Then it's, you know, that's really the whole thing. But you know, then you specialize. You see what you are gifted. You see what other people are gifted in. Everybody works with their own gifts, and this way the dystopia society no longer really has any power, because you can outwit them with technology, mind, love, spirituality, connection. And when you just get some person to the top of the levels, like United States, you just start to crumble the little blocks piece by piece, and you know, at no point is there any negativity in the process. Is there any fear or hurry? Because if you introduce only positive growth oriented approach to yourself, you accept everything, you evolve your consciousness with time, you are immune to negativity or traps. You untraumatize yourself, you heal yourself, you know, do all the things you are desired to do. So yeah, that may seem totally simple or too like it's of course easier said than done, but it all starts with the individual and uniting individuals. It's not really like problem is not out there, it's in here, and it's not good to say that it's a it's good to face the truth that there is a problem. You never learn if you don't recognize where you are off. If you are unhealthy, you are unhealthy. There's no two ways about it. But when we successfully make it easy to recognize that it's not a bad thing, it's not a mistake, it just is. When we start to approach things not with contempt and dissatisfaction, we can let the present moment to heal us. We can make the present all there is, and we don't have to get back into any past, because present is all there is, and in present moment at least we truly can see the day-to-day habits. We are like mice, we are just doing things so blindly and blindlessly and something so, and we wonder why I'm feeling bad. It's all about understanding that metacognition and your thinking, if you let things you don't even like to affect your mind because you are being nice, that's not being nice, that's error code. Because that's not how positivity works. If you truly want to be positive, you cannot be sacrificing yourself, and there are infinite ways we accidentally are too nice. There are infinite ways to lead us astray, infinite ways to trap the mind. But the mind, it is possible to get unhooked. It is possible to gain that new clarity of consciousness. But that's what I'm doing to myself right now. In this moment, I could be doing all things, but right now, in this moment, I'm reprogramming my mind towards things I want. I'm healing my cognition and mind to be more aligned and open and wise. I'm not complaining about things. I give space to everything to be as it is, and when I do, new solutions can introduce themselves. I don't have to fixate on the problem. oftentimes when we fixate on something being a problem, that's when we fail. That is the failure, if you want to call it. Why? Well, when you do that, you are not staying in the higher consciousness. You are dropping down. But don't feel bad about the mistakes you have made. That's also a trap. You don't really get anything from it. You don't learn anything. You are not paving the new pathway. You are only carving the old way. You have to be brave enough to step to the new way. Think about the new way, and if some path can't provide can't provide the new way, you have to exit. We as a species do not really plan to 500 years in the future, but some do. How? Well, and how it's possible for us. We have to become, and time is just a construct, we have to tap into unity and those technologies that we are. I can say about myself many things I wish I would have realized sooner or done different or earlier. But I'm also grateful I'm doing this right now. This is the counteract. And it's easy to actually, looking back, it's very easy to understand why certain things you don't do even if you want. You simply don't have the abilities, and yeah. That's another trap. You are being harsh on yourself, but you are not becoming wiser. So how can humanity plan 500 years in the future? Well, it's all about coherence. So, coherent vision. When things are not scattered, long-term things can be done. Long-term investments. Right now, if you look political goals, how many of them, some of them, they are far into the future, but still not 500 years, at least publicly. But it's possible. That kind of planning, it takes you to whole another level of perspective and cognition about life and its possibilities. You start to see the present moment as just a small thing which you don't have to be in, and you can start to envision what practical things to do in this moment, or abstract that sort of vision. Oftentimes the thing we are resisting is the answer. Sometimes, we fail. Sometimes we make in our minds tragical, radical mistake, which we can't get over. We think we failed our whole life because, at least I do, think that way sometimes. But what if the lesson is that, or what is the lesson there? Is it that if things don't go your way, you have to give up? Or if things don't go your way, you still go? But if you believe in your vision, your intuition, you don't really have to worry. You just let